Yeah, usually it adds right at the beginning. So that way it's like an hour of, or it should be an hour of an appeal ads, I think. The lyric sometimes gets caught up in some. What's up, Goku? You have dinner? You good food? Alright, alright. I was writing these out. The slightly annoying part is that it doesn't run well. It's really inconsistent when it starts the ads because they should start at the beginning, but sometimes they won't start till like a minute in. Sometimes like 2 or 3 minutes in, so then I have to like manually start them. Welcome back. Barely started stream. Goku already abandoned me and left. Can't believe this. Alright. So. No. Alright. First turn is to action. Everything is dead and gone. Oh, this can be like. Oh, does that not like look different to you? Oh, it kind of does, but it's fine. You guys don't see the full console if I do that. All right, I was a done gotcha grinder. Gotcha grind. Oh. My ear's been having some, like my left ear's been having some weird buildup for earwax. I don't think it's infected, but fun. So yeah, a new break time is every hour and a half. I'll take a 10-minute break. It won't line up perfectly with like the ad breaks and stuff, but it's just the other one wasn't working well for studying for me. So let me know if the music's like too loud ever, because I made it a little louder because I was jamming out, and I don't remember what setting I had it on for Spotify. I think it's the entry that gets appended. Then once it's done, we return the movie. Oh wait, right, because this is crap. Right, I forgot that this is a list of dictionaries, not a dictionary of lists. Um. Okay, so for movie and database, for entry in movie, if entry. Still no. This, yeah, this is a string. What int object? Nothing in here is an integer. Oh, it's because it's going into the thing. Right, because I don't need entry. I just need the first entry. ERN? That mean? Oh, right. Not available. Oh, process the movie database. The function should formulate a new list which contains only movies whose title includes the word searched for. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. An invalid syntax. Mm-hmm. 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 I understand why this is an invalid syntax. Like, what part of this is an invalid syntax? Oh, this. Okay, never mind. I understand. That's because it's the issue where you want to write something with like proper English, but that's not how it works. Yeah, so it has to be 0. Mm-hmm. It's not like iterating through the string of the dictionary. So I don't think this is gonna. Yeah. How do I get it to, man? See, this is something I like. I just don't like. Like they don't teach you how to really iterate through a dictionary, and then they expect you to just, I guess, either look it up or just know. And it's like, what's the? I'm just gonna say look up thing. Then what's the point? Like, what's the point of going through your course? Hmm. Yeah, because it's not like it's not gonna pull from this list because it's a list of like. Do I have to make it like initialize this as a value and then do that? Is that why this isn't working? I really don't like when like courses do this. Mm. Oh, because it's wrong. Mm. 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 All right, so it's not making it to the search term through the different movies. Just going straight to return movie. Oh, because I'm using the wrong thing. I forget it's not movie. Here it's movie. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it works here, right? Because it's printing Gone with the Python, Python's on a Plane, and Dawn of the Dead Programmers. So this is working how I want it here. So then why is it not getting picked up here is the real question. I guess because I'm writing something wrong here. Because I need to use, it's probably because I need to use the find. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, got it. On with Python. Python's on a plane. No, it just returned the. Why is it returning this? It's not supposed to be checking the anything that's not the directors. Wait, do I have to like initialize it up here? Learning something new every day. Well, this knows it's a dictionary. Oh, I guess maybe I shouldn't have it. Probably like do that, right? And then it's like if movie title. No, it's still. Why is it returning this? This shouldn't be getting returned at all. Because it shouldn't be checking the director name. Yeah, why is Dawn of the Dead Programmers popping in? Like, this should not be on the list because we're not returning the database list. We're returning the movie list. Let me see if I can use Python tutor to figure it out. Because, like, it's not doing what I'm envisioning it to do. And I'm not sure why. Because, like, when I do the print statement's showing me that what I have written is moving through it the way I'm expecting it to. But for some reason, this part isn't working the way it's supposed to. Mm-hmm. Okay, all that's working as intended. And with find movies, we have an empty list. Movie title equals name on with a Python. Yeah, for some reason, Dawn of the Dead Programmers is getting picked up. So I guess I'll have to like use the other version instead. If search. Well, no, because the problem is that it's like it's going capitalization shouldn't matter quotations, but that's not fucking true. I'm just gonna lowercase it. That fixes it. I mean, it worked here, right? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is what I was supposed to do. Why didn't the find work though? Am I just misremembering how that works? Finds the first occurrence. Oh, because it returns the index. So basically, if I wanted to do it the other way, it would have to be. Well, the problem is I'd still have to lowercase it though. Pirate's life for me. Yeah. No, the other one's easier to do. Yeah, we'll just do if search term in movie title dot lower. Yeah, so this works. Yeah, it's because I don't know why. It's because it's not what I think it was. Because like the way the find function works is it shows you the first index. So what I would have had to done is I would have had to be like, okay, look at lowercase, and then I would have had to tell it to uh if like I would have had to initialize it to a value, so it would have had to been something like movie index equals movie title dot find search term, and then been like if movie index is greater than or equal to 0, then blah 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 blah. Because the point is that with the find operator, if it doesn't find it, it would make the index like it would make this like -1, and then it would just skip over. But there's like no real reason to do that because first of all, I'd still have to lowercase it. It threw me for a loop when they were just like capitalization doesn't matter. Yes, it fucking does. I don't know what you're talking about. Because like and this is from 2024. This is from this like this past year. So this is supposed to be up to date. It's just I find it really weird that they would say in the thing that capitalization doesn't matter when it does. Because realistically speaking, it should also just be dot lower here so that you make sure everything is even. Because the way it works when you're looking through a string is that it capitalization matters. It's case sensitive. So if you don't make it all lowercase or all uppercase and it doesn't get typed exactly the way it's like, for instance, if it doesn't have the word Python in it, right, with a capital P, like it doesn't matter if there's like an S or a Z at the end of it or whatever. It's gonna look for Python with a capital P, and if it doesn't, it's gonna look for Python with a lowercase p, and it's gonna go, well, this one has an uppercase p, so that's not gonna work, and then just carries on from that. Like I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I'm pretty sure like if I took these out, like it wouldn't work, right? Or am I tripping? Yeah. Oh, this is causing issues. Yeah. See, it returns an empty list because it's gonna go, well, he asked for Python with a lowercase p, and there's no Python with a lowercase p. So I don't really understand what they mean by capitalization doesn't matter, because it kind of does. Now, the only thing I can assume is that what they're saying is that you need to design this in a way where every instance of Python would, like, whether it's capital or not capital, uh, because they do say like capitalization is irrelevant here. A search for Anna, all lowercase, should return a list containing both Anaconda with a capital A and management, because Anna is contained in both of those. But like, they could have written that out 10 times better. Like instead of saying capitalization is irrelevant here, you literally just have to say should return like you literally should have just been like should return any instance of the string regardless of capitalization or not. And then given the example. Because saying capitalization is irrelevant here makes me like it's just unnecessarily like muddies the water in my opinion. It was a really poor way of writing it. Because basically, like, you have to do this. Like, you have to do this because that's how coding works. Coding is case sensitive. At least in this like instance, whatever. We made it work. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Oh, yeah. This one really wasn't that bad. I'm still gonna save it because it's pretty. Because this is a list of dictionaries. I have to rewrite the save for that. The list of dictionary examples. Have you dealt with coding at all, Goku? Like, have you ever been curious enough to look into it? Shabuzi, indeed. Yeah, I have like I think 3 or 4 of his songs on here. Daniel's got it. You got to like pin that message. Yeah, this one got really popular. This is the song that like kind of put him on a lot of people's radars, mine included. I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing from your check. My mind, forget. Oh, yeah. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. We need plenty more. Dance floor. Oh my. Good Lord. He's got some pretty good songs though. If this is the only one you've heard, I suggest checking out some of his other ones. Actually, you know what? We'll queue up some of the other ones that I have on this playlist. Oh. Well, we have one coming up and like a couple songs, so I'll queue up one, which is actually one that I wanted to queue up. Mm-hmm. Might be changed after the tuple has been defined. The following will. I mean, oh god, you should be like, oh yeah, that's some H. You should be excited. You should be enthusiastic. Be crying for joy. Can't believe this. I don't know. Whatever you're saying, oh god for. I guess in this case, meatballs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Drink down. I'm trying to get faded, babe. This ain't the drink. Don't need no. I need more than this. I'm trying to get faded, babe. I need to put it in an actual order. It needs to take three integers as its argument and creates and returns a tuple based on the following criteria. The first element in a tuple is the smallest of the arguments, the second element of the tuple is the greatest of the arguments, and the third element is the sum of the argument. Oh, actually, I'll just make it a list. Mm-hmm. I know when my bed is in ruins. Mm-hmm. Okay, Rock. I don't know why my friend someone earlier got used up on one attempt. Usually they should last like a couple. Oddly annoying. You got any like new songs that you've heard recently that you like? Okay, at all? Anything that's recently you've heard that you've been like, hey, that's pretty good. Like it doesn't the song itself doesn't have to be like new. Just it could just be new to you. I don't know how many times I like stumble across a song and be like, "Ooh, new song." Listens to it. Oh, not bad. Check it. Go back, finds out it's been out for like 2 or 3 years. It's like, oh, well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's pretty easy. Yeah, the tuple ones, I haven't done a whole lot with tuples, but they've been pretty they're pretty good, honestly. Not too bad. Oldest person? Okay, on this list. Easy. Every time. Goku deep in that retirement home. Goodness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Should be something like that. Oh no, it's supposed to be the other way around. It's supposed to be less than because it's year. So the year has to be smaller. Almost forgot about that. Almost made a mistake. Assuming that's how it's supposed to work. We'll see if like what the if what I wrote actually does what I want it to do. Because I haven't actually had much tuple like work and for the side projects I have. Oh wait, no, oldest. It's just supposed to return the name, so it should just be person. Wait, Really? Oh, I guess I don't have to like. It should be here, right? Yeah, because it's still a tuple. Right. Yeah, tuples are kind of nice. I kind of like them. I haven't used them too much, but every time I do use them, or every time I come across a problem where like for the practice stuff, where I'm like, oh, a tuple here would be really good. It's uh, it's usually pretty easy to like work around them. Older people. Mm-hmm. Way too. Mm-hmm. I imagine all the fire, and new horizon, and burn. Run for the hills, and look back. And by the fire, the memories in the flame, gold in the red new horizon. Let it burn, burn. The magic, start a fire. Throw the memories in the flames just behind you. Gold in the red new horizon. Let it burn, let it burn. The magic fire. And deal and there's a set collection of values which are in some way connected. For example, and y coordinates of a point. The tuple is a natural choice. Coordinates will always consist of two values. Use a list to store the certain order. The size of a list may also change. When we're storing the coordinates of the point, we want to store x. Specifically, not an arbitrary list containing those values, because tuples are immutable. Unlike a list, they can be used as key in a dictionary. Following bit of okay, banana. Fast and not parentheses are not strictly necessary when defining tuples identical in the result. You can easily run multiple values using tuples. For the following example, min max. Return minimum, my list, max. Age, play. I forgot about the minimum max function. Using parentheses may make the notation more clear. On the left-hand side of the assignment statement, we also have a tuple, which contains two variable names. Values contained within the tuple returned by the function are assigned to these two variables. You may remember the dictionary method previous section. Access all of the key and values stored in the dictionary. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Man. Oh, it's so annoying. I could have done that other one so much easier if I'd remembered about the items. They did teach us that. Kind of wish they'd given us a warm up for it, like right after teaching it to us. Value pair, tuple. Another common use case for tuples is swapping the values of two variables. Yeah, that one I've used. Where like basically what you'll do is if you're like, man, I have these two coordinates, but I wonder what like the flip for that does. Well, instead of having to manually write it, right? Because they could be like floats or whatever, like really far floats or really big numbers. You just do this and then you just go, all right, well, that just equals this. And you just flip the values like that, like really easily. In the shower. I've used that one a couple of times. Some exercises, multiple parts, you receive points for blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. In this series of exercises, you will create a simple database. Before diving in, please spend a moment reading through the instructions. What sort of data structures are organized data stored? So part one will be adding the student. Almost making like leading us into making class objects or classes. First, write a function named add student, which adds a new student to the database. Also, write a preliminary version of the function print student, which prints out information of a single student. These functions are used as follows. Program should now print out completed courses. Isa, no completed courses. Jack, no such person in the database. Hate how I have to move my armrest depending on if I'm typing or if I'm gaming. Because I have like relatively broad shoulders, so generally if I'm gaming, I have my like it's more comfortable to have my like shoulders, like my arms wider apart. But then like when I'm typing, I have to like match the size of the keyboard, and so then I have to like move my armrest in because if not, then like my arms are just floating midair. Not exactly the most comfortable thing. I'm just young. Oh, right. I guess I have to put this first. It'll give an error message if I don't. I mean, I could always just break it too, right? Like make it return. It's like I can either do like if else, or I could do if else. Because like what's happening is that it's going to the if statement to check, but then it's returning an error message because it's like, well, there's no key with that name, so therefore we have nothing to show. And then it's like you want it to not do that. So what was happening is that like it's like obviously I have to put the if not in students, that should have been at the top anyway. And then after that, what was happening was since I went if and I didn't like do a return, what it did was it went okay, prints the no such person in the database, and then instantly went to try to do the next if statement. But when you try to look for a key that doesn't exist in the dictionary, it doesn't just skip it over. Oh, at least the way I have it like set up, right? Because it's like checking to see if they have any classes, like any completed courses. And if like they don't, then it's like, well, shit, right? Oh, actually, it should be an empty list, shouldn't it? Yeah, I figured. Should be an empty list. This print statement's gonna, or this print function's gonna get pretty spicy. The next one is add course. I can get like a wider keyboard or something, but that's just gonna cost money. Oh god. god. We'll pay. All right. So this, what it should do is student's name. Oh yeah. I do what I want. Hmm. Actually, prints the name and for course and student's name. Print. Length. I mean, closing does not match opening. Oh, too many parentheses. Lost one in the matrix. Courses. Print the course. Should print the name. Oh no, it should be course one because it'll be a tuple. Or not one, it should be zero. This first index. Actually, no, you'll print both of them anyway. And then it'll be print grade. Scores. Oh no, it says average grade, so we'll do grids plus third course one. Then should be average sum of grades, length of grades, print. Then to be honest, I should have tested if the add course was working first. Okay, but it should work all the way. Should. Advance. And print. Do that. Hmm. Wait, why does it take 3 positional? Or we're given. Oh, because I forgot to make this a tuple. Oops. Oopsies. And it's not letting me add the other one because it's like, you already have a parentheses there. It's like, yes, but I need another one. Oh, wait. This is not supposed to be in the for loop. Over here. Yeah, I don't know why I put that in the for loop. Honestly, if I take like half a second to think about it, I would have been like, wait, why am I putting that in for loop? Don't make a lick of sense. What you should. Be a little slow, but it'll be all right. Let's see. Let's see. So this one it should be if students one is greater than course one. No, it's less than. I don't feel like changing the code I have underneath. Wait, no, this isn't going to be an issue. It's if student name 0 equals course 0 and students name or students first score is less than what you're trying to add. Oh wait, no, I have to like this differently. Howdy from Texas. Well, howdy. Are you in the part that I've been informed that there's apparently parts of Texas that are getting a bunch of snow? Are you in that area or are you somewhere warmer? But welcome in, Book Punk. Hope your week's been well, hope your weekend was good. Your week's off to a good start. You make sure if the names aren't the same, we can append it to the list. That's the very big one. So that one equals that. Then it's students. 0. Yeah, it's now all gone now. Same here. Yeah. It's like technically cold enough that it should have stuck around, but it gets slightly warm enough during the day, so all the snow melted if it's not like in the shade. For fun or for school? Neither. I am self learning because I'm hoping I can like try to land at least like something small, whether it's like part time or even just like little freelance work or something to make some money, make some income. But I don't really have the funds for taking a course, so I kind of just dug up some free stuff. Right now, I'm juggling like two courses, like two online courses that have all their curriculum online for free, and then I have like side projects that I'm using to kind of like reinforce what I've learned. It's fun though. Like I'm not like forcing myself. So I guess you could say it's technically for fun because I am enjoying the process. But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty fun. Have you dabbled with Python much? Of course. Ooh, how am I gonna handle that? I should probably do a for loop then. Crap. Oh, yeah. That's Python, your language of choice. Nice. Yeah, I tried learning C sharp earlier in the year, and I actually enjoyed that. But I got hit with a really bad like migraine during the summer. I just could not. Like I even took a break from streaming the games I normally play, which are like more competitive, to play more like single player games for it because it was killer. And then I just decided to get back into it because I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna spend so much time streaming games and I'm not gonna have any income, I might as well like stream while learning something, right? And so I looked back into it, and it was like I was gonna go back into C sharp, but when I was like looking for resources for on hand for what was like recommended for like learning from scratch, like everybody just uh suggested learning Python because there's a lot of like ready on hand free resources that were really good. And honestly, probably a good choice because I was using the free Code Academy thing that has a they have like a little thing with like Microsoft, right? You can get those Microsoft certifications for C sharp, and it wasn't bad, but I feel like for having like no background in coding, it was kind of rough to make my way through because I got stuck on a lot of things and had to like Google, and then I didn't really know what I was like reading from people were explaining because unfortunately a lot of times, as is common on the internet, when you ask a really simple question, people give you really complicated answers because they expect you to know what they know when you don't. So with Python, it's been a little easier because I've been using the MIT OpenCourseWare for their intro to programming because it's Python based. And then I have this MOOC course that I stumbled upon when I was looking through Reddit on a weekend that I've been like using in conjunction because they kind of like cover each other's like weaknesses, I would say. So it's pretty good. It's been pretty fun. I enjoy it. I like building things, and I've dealt with computers my whole life. Like I have an associate's degree in computers, but it's more focused on like the hardware side of things. And unfortunately, that didn't help me much with finding work for the areas I was in. So now I'm hoping that maybe coding with Shirley, I could find something. I feel like it's such an expansive field that I could probably like wiggle my way into something here or there. Yeah, I think I need to do a for loop. Yeah, this isn't work. I mean, we need to keep this because this is going to be the if. And we need a oh, actually, no. I know what we need to do. First of all, this was too long anyway. I can cut this in half because then it's like else if this, we can do a for loop here for course. I don't want to use course. Use courses. Hmm. No, that's not gonna work. It needs to be the for loop needs to be in front of it. And just because of all the behind the scene things you need just to build and run. Yeah, I thoroughly like at least I didn't get too deep into it. Like I got nowhere near as deep into C sharp as I have into Python. Like like it was like super basic stuff before I got hit with the real bad migraine. But I thoroughly enjoyed just the building aspect of it. And it kind of like it made sense because like I had to fiddle around in command line a lot. And I haven't done it as much recently. Uh and but like some of it I dealt with it enough times that it still stuck. But like I don't know I guess the parts that kind of gets people annoyed, like trying to sift through information and trying to like backtrack on what works, like I'm used to it. Because for me, I'm just like shrug. That's just computers. I guess I could leave it as the and statement. But yeah, part of the other reason I didn't really get into C sharp too, or I decided not to get back into like the C sharp was because when I was looking up like things for like fields to get into, like I saw a lot of people were saying like C sharp was kind of more for more toward like I don't know if it's true or not. I just have to go off the internet because there's only like one person I knew, even though I found out while I was starting to learn this that somebody else I know is also like does coding for a living. And he works like for nothing. Like he does one thing very like he doesn't look too much outside of like what he does. So I didn't. I was just like I don't know. If I could ask him. I probably should have. But like I saw a lot of people like they were mostly just saying that C sharp was like predominantly used more in like a gaming sphere kind of thing. So I was like, it'd be cool to get into. Like I imagine there's definitely more applications, but it seemed that statistically that was like the highest spot for it. Which I mean I wouldn't mind, but if I'm definitely gonna try to like learn something from scratch, may as well take something that's a little easier, gives a nice little base. Because I also heard that it was really like Python's really good to build a base to like branch into other languages if you want, because there's a lot of overlap in certain areas. So I was just like, well, the smartest thing to do then would be to learn Python since that has a lot of like easy, readily accessible, free resources, and then I'll branch out after and learn like go back and learn C sharp and stuff like that. Because I could probably like skip a couple steps and won't get like stuck up on certain spots that I got stuck on before. Granted, I do know there has been some like disparities because one of the guys I know who I found out after the fact does coding like I don't know if Rook is in C plus plus or C sharp, but like he'll look at like what I'm doing. He's like, "What the fuck? How's that work?" I'm like, Python, shrug shoulders. I don't know. You tell me. You're the one that does this for a living. Mm-hmm. This is like completely wrong though. You sure? Just syntax to learn other languages. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that coincides with what I saw online. So I was just like, no more than me, so we're at it. And to be honest, I can't really complain. I think this is like second, like we're what's today's date? I think I'm a couple days off from like 2 months from 2 month mark of starting. I started in like November. So it doesn't feel too bad. Used for a lot of cloud microservices. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Or at least like when I was doing the research, I didn't see that. That's pretty interesting. Cloud tech's like not bad. To like is with how I mean, I don't know. I have like a I wouldn't say disdain, but a uh distrust of cloud just because it doesn't seem like a very stable longevity source. Like if something goes down, we're all kind of like screwed. But it's definitely like the really like a really big industry use nowadays. But yeah, I don't. I just like building things. It's been fun. I always find it like weird when I tell people it's like, yeah, no, I'm just learning coding by myself, and they're just like, we don't know how you do it. I was like, I don't know. I just read the course and I write the code. I don't know. My brain's always been kind of wired for this kind of stuff, though. Like I was always pretty good at understanding things like this. Uh, mhm. I think I should do what I wanted to do. Huh? Oh no, this still needs the name actually. Yeah, because it's gonna. I need it to iterate through the tuples in the name. Mhm. All right, so if basically if this is not in the dictionary, we just add it under the student's name. And then oh, I guess I could just do the for loop like over here, right? I have to rewrite this though. Now that I think about it, probably what I was supposed to do. To be honest, it's probably what I basically just rewrote code for nothing. Oh, well, part of the learning process. It's been a long time. Like coding is not the only time because I've learned a lot about like I've dealt with computers my whole life. My old man was really into computers, and then I delved into computers myself for stuff. And like every time I deal with something computer related, when I'm learning like how to work the ins and outs of something, it's just like it's the only thing that simultaneously I've been like, oh, you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing, and then followed immediately by I am the dumbest person on the planet at the same time. All right, so this should take the tuples of this. We'll check if the course is in there. If it's not, we'll append the course to the list. If it is in there, it'll check if the score is less than that score. Which if that's the case, it'll... You're writing this part is probably a little redundant, but mostly just to think about. 11 line to do. I had to rewrite it, but basically what it needs to do is students is a dictionary, and attached to the key is like tuples, which is like, oh, it's break time. Attached to the key is the value is tuples of a name of a course with a score. And so what it needs to do is it needs to check if uh like what they want us to do is to adapt it so that it'll check if a course has a basically if the person quote unquote like if the fake student Peter retakes introduction to programming for whatever reason and scores lower, it needs to not change it. But if he scores higher, I'm assuming later on it needs to change it. Because the actual like specification was grades can't be lowered from retaking a course. And then I also need to like after the break's over, I need to add a thing so that if it's 0, it just ignores it. So that's part of the stuff. Yeah. A lot of it is just like writing it down because unfortunately so like I have some side projects I've been starting up to like learn on the side to kind of like help reinforce things. And none of them really well, they're kind of like bare bones, I guess you could say, in comparison to like what you could do. Because again, I'm like still fairly new to this, and they don't use. Oh, I haven't used dictionaries and tuples a lot to them, so half the times like, especially with the MOOC course, I have to like write out really crappy code just to get ideas on a paper and then kind of like reiterate through it. Which is why it looked really bad when I like flipped it because it was gonna cause problems if I didn't. I don't know if this will work as I'm intending it to because this should be a tuple, and then it's supposed to compare since the first index of the tuple is the name, it should compare that and work. Oops. But we'll find out. To be honest, I don't know. For me, like that's half the fun that I've had in coding is like, oh, less Let's see how this goes. Toss it in, watch it break, go crazy figuring out why it broke or isn't working the way I'm thinking it's supposed to work. Fix it, celebrate. Yeah, yeah. So courses is a list, which should be a list of tuples. Yeah, correct. And then yeah, I initialized it as like an empty list up here. And then so yeah, so this would grab the list from this value and just iterate through it and then check every tuple index the way it should. And then if the score is higher, it should replace it. Technically, this should never come into effect because for the examples, the score doesn't go higher. They give you like a lower score to test. But one thing I've liked to do for especially the exercises is kind of like treat it a bit more realistic, I guess. Where it's like if I know a certain parameter that would be used, like which in this case is like, you know, replacing grades, uh it's a I like to kind of like write the extra lines that would make sense to be a part of the program rather than just make something that just fits straight up, which has been pretty fun. Has delayed a bit getting through some of the courses, but I feel like it's been better. Joys of programming? Yeah. I think like it's so weird because it's just like I think it's just because like my brain, the way my brain's wired. Because I also liked art's always been something I've been kind of drawn to. No pun intended. Or like because I generally somehow always end up befriending like a handful of artists along the way. Like whether that's when I was in school, at work, streaming, because like I generally appreciate art from people that do it, but I just cannot do art. Like I wish I could. I wish I could take like my imagination, throw it on paper. And I've tried like pretty I think I spent like there's one time I spent a full year trying to learn how to draw when I was younger in like middle school. And I had a friend who was really good at drawing tutoring me, and he was a really good tutor or like a really good teacher for art. Um and then I tried like 2 years in high school again because I had another friend who was really good at drawing and also a very good like teacher, and it was just like I was so frustrated because I just couldn't get any better. Like it was such a slow grind, and I was just like I like, and my brain is like efficient procrastination. I don't know if that's how I'd call it. That's just the way I can sum it up. And it's just like my brain just got so fed up with how slow the like improvement was at the like just from the beginning. Because like if I did anything like technical or mechanical or computer related, like I could generally, you know, if I got stuck on something, it was something I was either because I just wasn't taught, didn't know, or it was a bit more of an advanced concept. Because especially when I was getting my associate's degree, I didn't get tripped up on most of the stuff that would catch like regular people. Because to me, it just I don't know, computers kind of just make sense in a certain way. They make sense in a way that they don't make sense, right? Because like when you deal with computers, whether you're coding or you're dealing with like hardware, like computers, you just hit a point where you're just like computers don't make sense sometimes. They just do what they want to do every once in a while. Like I had instructors who had been in the field like 30 plus years, and they're like, look, to this day we still can't fully explain why just restarting sometimes fixes problems that honestly it shouldn't fix. And it's just like that's just how it be sometimes. That's just how it be. Because like there's a couple ones where you could be like, yeah, well, you know, it like flushes memory and blah blah blah, this and that, and then there's other ones where you're just like, yeah, it just does. It's like sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and it gets kind of hard. And so since I've like dealt with that a lot, like I don't know, when I hit a roadblock with coding, instead of getting like like I'll get like frustrated like a normal person, right? But instead of getting like really ragey and fed up with it, I'll just be like, all right, let's figure this out. What's going on? What's the problem? I'll bang my head against the brick wall 20,000 times until like figure out the answer. Because that process is like really enjoyable to me. I don't know, I like learning how things work. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was like doing car mechanic stuff, just taking cars apart, putting them back together, fixing them, stuff like that. I don't know, that kind of stuff makes my brain tick. Hmm. Also, I mean, the break is kind of about to be over soonish. Oh, I got like 3 minutes. I need to use the bathroom. So, bathroom break. I'll be right back. stretch some legs, get some water. The break will probably be over by the time I get back, which will enter the second, or no, going into basically we'll go into the last like hour-ish of stream. I don't want to go past midnight because I've already been sleeping. Head to sensible hours, but yeah, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Oh, wrong scene. Well, it didn't take too long. Came back in time with the song. Oh, I need to make another timer. An hour. Actually, no. This one will be 50 minutes. Because I still want to take that 10-minute break. I'll put Grand Blue off to the side. Alright. Oh, oops. I hit that. I think that should work. I guess only one more way to find out. Oh wait, no, I still haven't added the one for ignoring zeros. Courses with a grade of 0 should be ignored when adding. Well, technically, uh, hmm. I guess we could probably just add it up here. Wait, no. I mean, I could also just make it just be greater than 0. I feel like that should cover it instead of just making two if statements. It's supposed to skip if the grade is 0, which is the second index, second tuple value. As long as the grade is 0, it should never be added. So then this should just never come into effect. Yeah, that should work. At least I'll hope it works. I don't know. We've been on a decent little track record with this one. I will say I definitely. Oh, I forgot to make this tuple. I definitely like the newer break set. Is I keep forgetting to make them tuples. You need to put that in the like as a comment. Thank you. Thank you for dropping by, spending some time. I understand what's going on. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like if this was like actually something I would have written it out a little bit more. I don't know the coursework. I tend to like skimp the comments a little bit more than I should. But yeah, no, I get it. But again, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of this. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes at night I do a little bit of gaming still to mix it up, but generally I go at night. So hope to see you around. And then we'll retest the. Mm, technically, it should be unchanged, or we'll just delete everything. That's actually kind of funny. I know this works, so the problem is here. Which means I wrote this wrong. Right, so I wrote this correctly. Oh, it doesn't even make it into the for loop. Hmm. I mean, this is a dictionary. This should be a two. Ah, it's not pulling this out of the tuple. Yeah. So it has to be the name. Hmm. So why won't it go into the for loop? What are you doing? All those functions are good. That's an empty dictionary. Got Peter. Peter's an empty list. Section of programming. Yeah, for some reason it's not iterating through the list. I guess I should just use items then. Maybe that's the problem. I need to get used to like items. Because I haven't been using it and they taught us. What did I do with the last one? The database is a list. It turns movie into a dictionary. Oh, I guess it's because I can't iterate through it with a. Wait, no, can I? Oh, yeah, we can. Hmm. I actually don't get why it's not working. Because this should be a list of tuples. Because we're initializing it as an empty list. But the problem is that it's not actually getting passed as getting passed as well nothing, honestly. Because if I get rid of this, this then becomes well, this then becomes the key. Hmm. I guess it's because I have to break it apart more then. Add more lines. Yeah, I have to rewrite this. I was thinking it would work this way, but I guess not. Yeah, this is like the tricky things with dictionaries. Not even using them. Yeah, so try to keep that. Let's rewrite the for loop part. Student name courses. Yeah, kind of figured that would cause problems. Let's see what's going on. So first two name. Oh wait, I forgot the most important thing. Yeah, see, because the problem is that there's no. Yeah, no, it's because it's a. This is an empty list, right? It runs out of steps. Is it because it's an empty list? I guess. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I can solve it if I just. Mm-hmm. 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 Yippee-ki-yay. Mm-hmm. 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 Whatever, right? Really. Hmm. I didn't mess a lot with the with uh with dictionaries, so this is a bit of a almost back to just figuring things out. Right. Peter's an empty list. We add course. Oh, it's not looking through the tuple correctly. It's literally just skipping right over the if statement. Oh, wait, no, it's yeah, no, because it's not supposed to go to the if it executes the if statement. So why is it not executing? It should be greater than 0 because it's an integer. Yeah, because the problem is that it's for some weird reason this isn't working. All right, tuple learning time. So if we print tuple sample 1, that should print the 3. Okay, it does print the 3. And so if tuple ex 1 is greater than 0, 3. Did I just write it wrong? No, it's greater than 0. This is a tuple. This is a tuple. Oh, I know what's going on. I think that fixes it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we still run into an issue, but we have a solution. We have something. Let's see where it breaks. Okay, it breaks on the second one because I need to change all of these. Pretty sure. Uh, the student name equals name. If students is an empty list and course grade is greater than 0, then we just append that. But then in here, if courses which is a tuple. Oh, should I just not? Mm. Oh no, I think I understand. That's a syntax skill issue, basically. No, it's not indexes out of range. Hmm. Does it need two for loops? Like a nested loop? Like we hit here, right? And so like because we know this first part works. Because if not, this wouldn't work. So we know that's fine. So we know that from here up it works. This is non-issue. Don't really need to touch it right now. It does what it needs to do, which is if it's an empty list, it just adds something in there. Um, which to be fair, if I figure out how to fix this, we probably don't even need this anymore. So I think it needs another. Yeah, I think it needs another nested loop. Mm-hmm. We don't need the else there because if it's not empty, I won't care about this line. Hmm. Oh, I guess we don't need this. Again, it's just out of range. Why? Like, what is going on here that it's not running the way I'm expecting it to? Oh, it's advanced course in programming. Grades 0. Why? Hmm. Yeah, that works fine. Hmm. Because what this does is it attaches the keys, which is the student names, to this, and then attaches the values for each one to this. Okay, that works. And greater than 0. That works. And else if 0, courses 1 is less than course. Hmm. Yeah, that's not gonna work. What is it? Okay, yeah, so there's a problem with this one. Because it added this, even though it's not supposed to. Oh, because it's so greater than 0, so it's still getting appended. I need to flip these two. No, it's still appending it. Why? Why is it making it past this? I could understand the other way because, well, no, actually, not even then, because this is it's not tripping that. So I didn't actually have to flip those. If courses equals the course name of what's in the thing equals the course name of what's being added, and the score that's in is lower than the score being put in, then you get it. Wait, it's literally just skipping this. How? Mm, I should just make it break if it equals 0. Oh, because it's still iterating through the thing. I need to just make it break. Gotcha. Mm, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that causes problems down the line, but like it solves this problem now. Don't worry no more. But then if I do this, it should replace the grid. Now that causes problems. Why does this cause problems? Wait. How does that cause this? Where does that cause a problem? Is 20? Oh, because of the replacing part. Right. Yeah, this one's a bit of a doozy. I guess maybe I could just do. Would grades work? Oh, no, because that's just a local variable. Oh, Yeah, the problem is here, the way I wrote this. Yeah, this now works the way it's supposed to work. Yeah, I didn't realize before what was happening because it was in a for loop. It's going to check every single thing. So it worked when it first hit. It goes, oh, okay, it's not this, so that's fine. Right? Because it was like, okay, it matches, but it's a lower score. So then what would happen is when it went to go check on the next one, since I didn't tell it to just break, like if it didn't fit either of those parameters, it just went to check onto the next tuple, and then that would be like, oh, this is not the same name, therefore just append it. And it's greater than 0. So we append it to the list, and that's why I was getting added to the list. Um, but the problem is this now. Hmm. I mean, is that a problem? That might be like the next step for what they want us to. Mm. It's not, but it's a project I have now put upon myself because the code works fine so long as it doesn't have to change it. Oh no, it's not. I need to make it like an actual dictionary, don't I? Or X. Item. Oh, it's because it's supposed to be a string. Right. Like, why isn't it fucking working? Because it's. Mm, it should be printing test. Uh, wait, I'm so confused. Okay. But it won't automatically turn into a list. Like, I think this just turns it into a tuple of a tuple. Yeah. So then I need to turn this into a list. But then it gives me an unhashable error. Why? Excuse me? Oh, I know what was the problem down here. Or maybe not. Okay, so that prints that correctly. So then for Z, Y, print Z. Okay. So then if I make Y 0 equal 2. What am I trying to do? Brain think. Uh, uh, hmm. Oh wait, I need to also pull in. Hmm. It like stuck for a second, but then it didn't actually change it. Hmm. Probably because I'm like using that instead of like actually doing like. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that was the case. Oh, that'll be morning mellow problem during the day. Manana. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go say hi to Yuna. She is voltexing. Yeah, I kind of figured once we got into like dictionaries and stuff, I was gonna kind of get stuck on it just because of the fact that I haven't really gotten a lot of practice in with dictionaries. But it happens. Thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. Oh, I never took off study break, bro. I'm so out of it today. Was there a day for you? Have a good day. It was late day for you, so stay safe. Stay hydrated. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.